Hello, everybody, and welcome to season 3 of Live Tribal. I'm your host, Trevor Chong. We have an amazing cast of all new players, well, except for one. We have one additional one, mostly new players, and it's going to be great. We're going to go around. We're going to introduce the cast, meet the cast here. Just go around quickly, say your name, tell us a little about yourself, and we'll go from there. We're just going to go left to right from the way my screen is, and we're going to start with Andrew. Andrew, go ahead.
Well, nice to be here. I'm Andrew. I'm a youth worker, and I work with some youth who are marginalized. And having watched this season so far, there's clear people who've been marginalized. And today we fix it. That's why I want to say congrats to the final 7, who will be me, Paul, Johnny, John, Adam, Andrew, and Linnea. We'll call it the boys. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you, Andrew. We're going to hear from Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey. I live in Deep Cove, and I am an assistant for a leadership trainer. So I'm great with the leadership stuff, you know. And I'm also on the ice team. So that's, how I know this guy right here.
Awesome.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Mickey. Let's hear from Nancy.
Hey everyone, I'm a teacher. I'm from North Van. Fun facts about me, I like kayaking. I have a small cute dog. There he is, named Ollie. As you can see, traveling is my favorite hobby. And last but not least, I love Survivor.
Awesome. Thank you, Nancy. Let's hear from Paul.
Hey, my name is Paul. I'm from Langley, British Columbia, by way of North Vancouver, by way of Cobourg, Ontario. And I have been a huge fan, not of Survivor, but of Live Tribal. The first 2 seasons, I've watched every minute of it. I could give a rip about Survivor. I only care about Live Tribal, and I'm happy to be a part of this season. I can't wait.
Thank you, Paul. It is the much superior show. All right, Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan Hurst?
Yeah, that's you, Jonathan.
Yeah, okay. Hello, I'm Jonathan. I am here in South Vancouver. I read books. I've got my foliage here, and I am ready. I'm excited. I watched the first 2 seasons, and I've learned a lot, from the winners of the last 2 seasons. And so I've learned. I feel like I'm really ready because of what I've watched and how I've learned. So yeah, I'm excited to play.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's go to Adam.
Hey, Jeff, happy to be here. I'm coming to you from North Vancouver, where I am a small business owner. I've been in the biz for a short time now. No Pressure Property Services. Call today or tomorrow for a free estimate. Happy to be here.
All right. Thank you, Adam. Shameless advertising. All right, let's go to John.
Hey, everybody. I'm John. Sorry that my thing says blocked party. It's under my podcast login. I'm from Vancouver, BC. I have no discernible skills, and I have not watched 1 second of any of the previous seasons of this. And I look forward to voting out the women first, as Andrew said, and then the rest will fall after that. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. Linnea, also, you were late, and that was noted. So.
All right. Thank you, John. Let's go to Andrew R. Get you to unmute yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Andrew. I'm from North Van. I'm 21, and I've never seen Survivor, but I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew R. Let's go to Nicole.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicole. I am originally from Southeast Vancouver. Now I live in North Van, so I feel a little spoiled now living over here. I work in marketing. I am married to a wonderful man, and I have some pretty average brother-in-laws. And I haven't watched that much of this game, but somehow I've heard bits of it played live from my bedroom. So I feel like I'm a little bit familiar, but haven't seen much. And I'm looking forward to strengthening some existing relationships and getting to know some new people.
Great. Thank you, Nicole. Let's go to Linnea.
Hi, I'm Linnea. I'm coming to you live from Vancouver Island in my parents' basement. I'm a veteran of the game, I'll be honest. I've played hard, I've played to win, and I've absolutely not gotten as far as I deserve as far as I'm concerned. So I'm really here to try and get past second, really. That's just really the goal here today. So, you know.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Linnea. All right. So you might have noticed we actually have 2 Andrews and 2 Johns. So I think we can go John and Jonathan works, if that works with you guys. And then I just did Andrew C, Andrew R, but unless either of you guys have a suggestion of changing that, is that good? Andrew C, Andrew R. Just so when you type in your vote, you know how it works. So how this is going to happen is in a moment, we're going to split into 2 rooms of 5. You'll get about 10 minutes or so to strategize, get to know each other, and figure out who to vote before we come back together for a live tribal. In this game, I'm also going to introduce 2 hidden immunity idols at the start of the game. 1 in each group of 5, and they're going to be randomly given out. You will get a message that says, congratulations, you have won a hidden immunity idol, and that's how you know you have gotten a hidden immunity idol. So I am going to do the random name generator secretly and send out your messages. It's up to you whether or not you want to share whether or not you have an immunity idol. Immunity idols have to be played after the votes have been cast, but before they are read. And the last time you can play it is in the final 5. I'm going to get the random name generator out there, as well as set up the rooms. So just sit tight, and I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, rooms are figured out. I'm going to unmute you guys. Idols have been handed out. I'm going to unmute you guys. You have 10 minutes to get to know each other, strategize, and I'm going to put you in your rooms. Alrighty, so the idols were given out to Andrew C and to Linnea, so that should be really interesting. Let's jump in and see what is going on here.
And
Probably all talking over each other right now.
well, I'm actually shocked. John Cullen's comment about the lady.
I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked.
Yo, that was war right away. I feel like that's a clear invitation. And also Andrew threw out that random comment.
I feel like they're playing to win. Let me pull up the card here. Who's on the other team? So we got Paul, we got Andrew. Paul's gonna fight dirty. We all know that.
Yeah.
Paul's not here to play. So
you're not gonna win though.
Paul put me down immediately. I don't like Survivor. I never watch it. That's not true.
A lie.
Lies.
Yeah. Mickey, how do I know you, Mickey?
I'm on the ice team, but I'm not sure. For the Canucks.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So what's your connection to everybody?
I just know Trevor from the ice team.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
And I think somebody must have dropped out because he's like, can you do this today? And I was like, yeah, okay.
Same.
I haven't watched Survivor since the Gravedigger James was on. So
good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that one.
All right.
Okay, so they got Paul, John, both Andrews.
Yeah.
And then who's the last one?
And they've got what's his name? Adam.
Oh, and Adam, right.
Okay. I have a feeling John's expecting himself to be voted out first.
Okay.
So here's how it's going to work. They're going to pick someone from our team, and everybody is going to vote for that person on our team to come off. And if we do the same thing, then someone from their team, we'll go for them. But what can happen is if we have a tie, if we vote for one, all vote for one person and they all vote for one person, there's a tie, and then our names can get randomly selected.
No, we can't have that.
So we can either be strategic in accepting that someone from our team is going to get put off in the first round by breaking our vote up in half so that we don't have a tie, or we can risk the tie and risk it all, basically.
Or
it's our comfort level.
Or we all out attack, but then we throw them off in the open session.
Right.
That's the other, yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you guys, they think we're going to go for John because he's been fairly aggressive about it. Why don't we go for Andrew?
Which one?
Chong, who also made a threat.
You know what? I'm going to be a bit loyal to Andrew because I think that he's going to try and keep me on. So I'm not willing to throw him out right away. I need to play this carefully here. But I think
if we play it right, this 5 we can get from the top 10 way down.
Yeah, I think
we have to pick a couple. We have to pick like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And if one of them has immunity, then we skip that person.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have to pick the top 3 right now, and we have to stay loyal because we can get from this top 10 all the way down to top 7 real quick. But we just have to be super strategic in this open area.
Yeah.
And I think the easy option is me to lie and me to talk as if I'm. And we can keep Linnea. We can keep Andrew.
Let's keep Andrew.
But
let's keep Andrew.
I'm a guy. So I have an easy, I'll just sway over. I'll lie to them that I'm swaying over. And or how do I throw them off?
Well, who are you tight with? Jonathan? Like, Johnny, who are you tight with over there?
Oh, I know them all.
Okay.
I know them all except for, actually, no, I know them all.
I feel like they're not going to be as loyal to Adam because they don't know that him as well.
Yeah, I think so. I just, for your guys' record, because we're buds here. I have immunity, so I'm safe. So if you want me to do anything weird this round, in terms of, well, I guess that would work. If someone wanted to,
one of us that we think they're going to vote for, and you could play your immunity for one of us.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's up to you. I don't know if you want to use yours that early.
Who do we think they're going to come for in this round?
They're going to come for me.
Well,
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Because I'm saying to you the 5 right now, and until we get to the final 6, I am locked into this 5. I feel because the final 6, I presume, will vote if, say, whatever. I don't know what's going to happen in the first round, but obviously they're going to keep handing off the immunity to someone else in their group, and then, or maybe they get lucky with an immunity. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But until that point, when eventually maybe they hand off the immunity to someone who was in their group, and then we have to figure out what we're going to do, I feel locked in with this 5 until then.
Yeah, I'm locked in, and I do have the idol in our group.
Really? Okay, that's helpful to know.
I think the other group will vote for me or Andrew is my guess in the breakout.
Does anyone know Mickey? Mickey's the only person I have no idea who she is.
She's on Trevor's Rogers Arena Ice team, I think. I don't know her.
That's what Ice was.
Right.
Gotcha.
So Andrew Roberts.
Yeah.
Andrew R. Try not to share that I have the idol.
I got it.
Yo,
I have the idol. You mean?
Oh.
So who do we want to go with then? Who do we want to vote?
Your mom.
I would prove my alliance to you guys. I would vote my mom first round.
Wow. 2 days before Mother's Day.
I would do it.
Wow.
I came as soon as I saw at 6:45 that she was playing this game. I had no idea. For the record, I had no idea she was playing. I said, I'm gonna have to commit. If they want to vote on my mom, I have to be willing to prove my line. So I will do that, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys know that Paul's mom was my grade 8 math teacher, as well as my grade 9 and 11 French teacher. And in grade 8, I was 30% rebellious. And when we did the textbook covering at the start of the semester, I covered it with really intricately cut out Victoria's Secrets models. And she gave
I've heard that.
She gave me 10 out of 10 for the art, and -3 for inappropriate content. So she got to go.
Yeah, I'm in. But then what do we do after that? Because if we talk in the group, we're gonna one of them could have an idol, right?
Yeah.
And they could play the idol. So
And one of them over there does have the idol, so.
exactly. So we don't want to talk about it out loud, obviously. But also, are we okay then? Like, we have to be 100% committed to not being manipulated by the team when they say, come to our side. I trust you.
Oh, yeah, I'm committed.
There's 10 long minutes in that small room with those people.
So I feel like A-Rob is a little flaky.
Well, you know what every room's going to say, right? We've watched 4 hours of this show now. Every room just agrees that they're an alliance. No, they're not.
Okay. We're the
7 and then the 5 within the 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll die on this hill.
You will die on this hill? I feel like, what about Adam? Will Adam die on this hill?
I'll die in this basement.
That has nothing to do with the alliance, dude. You can die there.
I respect it. Nice one, Adam.
Yeah. Dude, I'm locked in. What, 7 and then 5? Jonathan.
So we go Nancy, and then do we go Nicole or do we go Mickey after that? Like, what are you guys thinking?
I feel like Nicole's pretty crafty.
Yeah, Nicole is a threat.
And I think she would want to get Andrew or you out, Paul.
I think if the group is smart, they will vote for me actually to make Nancy prove that she also is willing to.
Wow.
I'm serious. I think if they're smart, that's what they do.
Makes sense.
So we're going Nancy, then who?
Nancy, Nicole, Mickey.
Yeah.
Nancy, Nicole, Mickey.
Love it.
I would be in. But here's the thing. That means we're going to have to go through a whole another 10 minutes of a breakout room knowing that we're voting Nicole number 2.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So that's just going to be us just whatever fielding. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're just going to
we'll have the numbers at that point. We'll have the numbers.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to win it. We're going to have to assume that Johnny or Linnea are going to come with us when we go back. Yeah.
I think we can get Johnny for sure.
I think we can get one of them too.
I think we got Linnea too.
Both Andrew and I talked in our opening about the boys being against the girls. So I think we can get at least one of them.
Does one of us want to speak up, or do we all just kind of want to simultaneously go for it? Like, obviously, we're not going to talk at the same time, but what do we want to do with that when we get to live travel?
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I just like what I said about I want the 7 to go.
I like that.
I think the boys have been marginalized in the game. There's been way more girl players. They've picked up the boys. And Linnea's particularly been picked on early.
Right.
So, it's redemption.
Classic boy.
Right.
Should we, like, when we're in the breakout rooms, should we, like, kind of make it seem like we're going to be in alliance with them and then just –
I think in the breakout rooms, you can do whatever you want, but we have to remember that we're going Nancy is it Nancy, Nicole, Mickey? N-N-M.
N-N-M.
Yeah. But no matter what, like, even if we're in the room together and we're talking whatever, like, we're talking about, like, we're going to go with them, we're still going Nancy, Nicole, Mickey.
Yeah. So look influenceable. Like, look like you could swing. Maybe.
We have to.
If you want.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Andrew, I think you should speak up. I think you should speak up and say, Johnny or Linnea, you got to come with us.
I don't know if I'm smart enough to play like all that swing, so I might just say what I want to do.
How's the Wi-Fi connection on the island?
Right.
The Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Well, it's really good. If you turn around, there's like a city right on this side.
Oh, okay. Like Egypt, pyramids.
Alrighty. Welcome to our first tribal of the season. So let's get into this right now. So John Cullen, we came in here. It was kind of interesting how the groups came out. It was sort of 5 guys on one side and then 4 girls and Johnny Hers on the other. How do you think that sort of plays into it, especially with what you and Andrew said to start off the game?
Well, great question, Trevor. Good hosting.
Thank you.
I would say, I would say that we've proven in the past in live tribal, and I was actually lying at the start. I have watched quite a bit of it. It's very easy when you play this game to just divide things on gender lines, and that's what has happened in previous games, that the girls have picked off the guys kind of slowly one by one. And I think it is unfortunate for the women in this game that there's 4 of them and 6 of us, but the boys are a wolf pack, and you know that just is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta stick with your guys.
So Paul, was the conversation with your group? It's us 5 strong. Came up with a plan. Let's go with it.
Yeah, that was very much the conversation. And actually, I mean, we have obviously there's one guy who wasn't in our group, and we would hope that he would actually be willing to think about being with us as an alliance as well.
So Jonathan, that's clearly looked at you. I mean, I assume you made up a plan with your 5, and now you're being offered a spot in the other 5. How does this make you feel?
You know, I'm glad you asked, Trevor, because I just want to share a bit about my experience. Like, the last 2 seasons have been unfortunate because, you know, a few things. One thing, heavily female. Two, the other unfortunate thing is, you know, like the couples kind of went right to the end. And so I don't know. I am a lover of the female race, but, you know, I'm also, there's another thing going on in this game. And I think, I don't know. I think men need their time to shine, and I'm open to that opportunity.
Johnny, you got to come with us, brother. I'm telling you.
I'm very open. I'm very open to this idea.
So,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So Nancy, I've heard your ears perk up a lot of this time when a lot of it's like, let's stick the guys together. How does that make you feel when it's potentially 6-on-4?
It doesn't make me feel great because, like, hey, I don't remember. John says that the girls went after the guys and picked them off one by one. John, when was that? I have no idea what you're talking about. And also, why isn't anybody mentioning Andrew Chong's comment to Linnea that she was a guy?
Nancy, I don't think you have to worry about that, Nancy. I don't think that's really a comment that you should concern yourself with.
Even talking.
That was John there. Linnea, your thoughts? So you're part of this. Obviously, you are a female, but then Andrew puts you as part of the boys, as he said it. How are you feeling when we're coming into things?
Listen, I played 2 games in the past, and one I played full allegiance to my first group, and the second one was total betrayal. And I got to be honest, this one I'm feeling quite neutral. I think I definitely see some assets that the other group has that, you know, I kind of want in on. And I definitely see some things in our first group that I was with that, you know, these are definitely people I want on board too. So I'm just looking for the best offer here in terms of who's going to keep me safe, who's got the best strategy. I'm curious.
So Nicole, I mean, Linnea and Jonathan are talking about how they're feeling that they may be swayed to the other side. What can you say to say, no, stick with our 5, let's go with it this way?
Well, I mean, I talked a bit about it in our chat, but I have played a little game a few years ago with Andrew and with John. John came out as the winner. He had this story about his nephew being born that night and he might have to leave at any point. So he kept saying, like, don't even bother voting me out because my nephew could be born. I have to leave. He ended up staying the whole night, missed the birth of his nephew, and won the game. Okay? And Andrew...
Now, for the record, I have to cut in here, okay? My nephew was born that night, but it was later than expected. My sister went into labor that morning, and the labor ended up being 16 hours, and I was there on the night of his birth, which was that night, September 22nd, 2017. So watch it. Okay. Continue.
So you would
watch it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Andrew and I have a relationship outside the show where we're in-laws.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify that. So I mean, it's hard. You know, I'm trying to balance, like, you know, his level of arrogance he came at the girls with, but also he's family. So I'm thinking, like, will he treat me as family? Or will he vote me out first? I remember when we played that game 3 years ago, he put me on the block first and kind of as a pawn. And then halfway through the game, he put me on for real. And I got voted out. So I don't know. It's more like these two they came out pretty strong with their comments, but they're also big threats. And I don't know how loyal they are long-term. So in this group of guys, like, a few of you are going to be on the bottom eventually. So it's up to you whether at a certain point, you you might want to see what other options you have.
So Andrew C, in the previous games, it's been a lot about prior relationships have been a big role in this. What sort of prior relationships have you noticed so far in this cast and that you're maybe wary of?
Wary of, well, there is a mother and a son. I think what Johnny said about the female race, as he calls it, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about redemption. And you said this game's called Go Big or Go Home. Not pussyfoot for the first hour like the last 2 seasons, but do something. Like, we've seen amazing players like Jordan, who listens to 12 hours of Survivor podcasts a week, go home. We've seen gentle high school girls go home. We've seen bold loudmouths go home. Somehow Hannah won from talking a lot, and somehow Elisa won from being a little bossy. So there really is no formula. You just got to try something. So that's what I'm trying. The 7, the boys, those who are marginalized, boys and Linnea. And you know what? You don't have to be a boy to be in the boys. That's the boys.
That's the boys. And
All
for
right.
the record, Trevor, can I speak for a sec?
Sure, go ahead.
As much as I love my mom, in this game, I have absolutely no allegiance to my mom as a player. I just want to make that outrageously clear to the rest of the group.
Well, Nancy, how do you feel about that, what Paul's saying there?
Well, it's a fine Mother's Day gift.
Wow.
Okay. So definitely an interesting relationship here. I want to talk to Mickey quickly. Mickey, you don't really know anybody here. How are you feeling heading into this vote here?
A lot of gender normative talk that a little bit interested in here. I did like that you don't have to be a boy to be in the boys. That was the first maybe nicer thing I heard, but I don't think it was meant in a nice context. So just listening in, wondering who I feel like I need to be aligned with here. You're right, I don't know anybody. So, I need to be swayed, maybe, wooed a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So we are getting this idea where it was 2 groups of 5, and we could potentially getting into, if we stay together, a 5-5 tie in which we would then have a revote. And if after the revote, it's still a tie, then there may be a random draw and who goes home. So Adam, are you all worried about there being a tie, or do you think that, no, we're going to be able to sway over one of these people to our side?
Trevor, if I can call you that, as a member of the 7, the boys, you might call them, and having lived in the Middle East for the last 8 months, there's one thing that I learned. It's that usually win. And so as a member of the 7, I feel pretty good about our odds. Genders aside, I think the boys are in for it, in it till the end.
And Andrew Roberts, how are you feeling heading into this vote? Are you feel confident with the group that's been put together? You feel like we're just going to steamroll the other side?
Yeah, here's the thing, Trevor. I like winning above all else. And it's not about gender. It's about winning. So it just happens to be that all the winners are boys and Linnea here. But that's just circumstantial. And we're going to ride this to the end.
All right, I want to give Nancy a chance here. I mean, it seems like they're really pushing hard to pull Jonathan and pull Linnea to their side. Nancy, what would you say to Jonathan and Linnea? Say, come with me, Nicole and Mickey. Let's stick strong together. What would you say to them?
Well, I definitely think that Linnea and I could work together. I really like her gameplay, and I think that she knows with me. She has a loyal partner. As well with Johnny, I know he might be wooed to go with the guys, but again, you have loyalty with me.
All right. And as we head into this vote, does anyone want to give any last advice to any last words to try and sway someone to their side? Does anyone want to take a shot here at the last second before we head into the vote?
Okay, boys, if I'm going to come to you, boys, what do I need to do?
Just don't vote with your team. As long as you don't vote with your team, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think the great Cody Hume had a quote in season 2. He said, I don't know how to strategize. And that's how I'm feeling. The 7, and that's all I know.
Alrighty. And with that, I'm going to mute everybody. And you can send in your votes to me. Into the private chat, send your votes into the private chat. Alrighty, I'm gonna unmute everybody. If you could please remain silent though till the end of the vote. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alrighty, I'll read the votes. First vote, John. Second vote, John. That's 2 votes, John. Third vote, John. Fourth vote, John. That's 4 votes, John. Fifth vote, Nancy. 6th vote,
This is going to be all Nancy.
Nancy. That's 4 votes, John. 2 votes, Nancy. Nancy. That's 4 votes, John. 3 votes, Nancy. Nancy. That's 4 votes, John. 4 votes, Nancy. 2 votes left. Next vote, Nancy. That's 5 votes, Nancy. 4 votes, John. First person voted out of live tribal,
Linnea.
Nancy.
Linnea!
Nancy.
Mom, that was so hard.
I gotta mute everybody. Wait. Nancy, I'm so sorry. Thank you for playing. You get to award immunity, individual immunity to somebody for the next round. Who would you like to give individual immunity to?
Nikki.
To Nikki?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you a lot for playing. Happy Mother's Day. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get you to exit out of the video chat.
How do I exit out? Just stop video.
Just listen.
Am I out?
No.
You're still on.
Okay. I don't think she's gone yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, so in this next round, Mickey has an individual immunity. You cannot vote for Mickey. We are going to be split into 3 groups of 3. 3 groups of 3. You will get about 6 minutes or so to strategize, and then come back together, and we'll vote somebody out. Alrighty, I will unmute everybody, and I will send you into your rooms.
I'm surprised you guys went for Nancy first. I didn't think you would.
It was, I guess Nancy's probably going to watch this later, so she'll find out herself. But
Oh,
it was her son's idea. So
Honestly, she was a really organized player. Like she knew what was
Oh,
up,
she's great.
so it's maybe a good call.
Well,
hate to say
she
it.
got a little vicious in the live tribal, so I'm like, oh shit. Or not live tribal, but the whatever, when we were all together. Tribal
Yeah.
council, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
my God.
a little bit scary, but yeah, no big deal, whatever.
So are you actually aligned to all the boys, or what's the? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aligned to the boys. How
And
about
are
you,
you-
Linnea?
I've been quite clear that I'm like pretty comfortable with whoever is providing me the most safety. I'm
just surprised that we managed to get a 6th vote for Nancy. I guess the person just guessed right, whoever, whether it was you or John, I don't know.
I don't know. How does someone just guess right? I don't know.
I feel like it was pretty clear. I feel like it was pretty clear.
I thought they were gonna vote Mickey out just because no one knew her. But
You
then also I
can't,
thought
'cause
maybe that's
she's-
kind of mean because she
because no one knows her, and Nancy is obviously affiliated to Paul. Like it's the move, you know. It
Paul
is
was
the
just
move.
like, I gotta prove my, because
Sever the ties.
Paul's whole thing was that he kept saying like, oh yeah, Paul's whole thing was like, oh, I think they're gonna vote for me because that's how Nancy can prove that she's strong and allied with you guys is by voting her own son out, because that's what Paul thought he had to do. And I was like, I don't know if they're gonna vote for you, Paul. I don't know. I felt like because as soon as I saw the lineup and I saw that so many people in this game played Big Brother, I was like, I'm like,
Uh-oh.
Well, no, like that Big Brother's different because I feel like I felt confident I could win those Wii games.
John, which
But
I'm
you
just
guys don't
so
vote John.
shocked.
Why? So
Because Linnea was openly for Andrew.
like Linnea wanted to vote Andrew or wanted to align with Andrew?
Wanted to keep Andrew to the end because she knew Andrew was going to keep her.
So how did she know to vote Nancy? Do you think Andrew?
No. Our plan.
So
no,
you voted Nancy. Sorry. So
I
how
voted
did
Nancy?
Okay.
But like the plan was, I was going to act as if I'm swaying to the boys, and then we were all going to vote John. Sorry,
Right.
Mickey.
I'm safe. I don't care.
I know.
No. I understand that plan. I figured when you were doing it, I'm like, I don't know if I can fully believe what Johnny's saying right now, as much as I wanted to.
No. And then, I actually was believing that Linnea was going to get swayed as well. I think she is.
So I just don't understand why you voted Nancy still. That still makes no sense.
No. When I'm thinking Nancy already knew she was a weak link, you guys are going to vote out like the person. I don't know. It made sense. I honestly, I promise. At the end of this game, somehow we're gonna find. How do I? After the game, I'll prove it to you.
You'll prove that you voted.
Well, we'll talk to Linnea.
But
I guess we should just reserve our right to guess at this point and just keep playing and see if anything crops up.
Keep narrowing, yeah.
I feel like Johnny's kind of a bad liar as well. So if we like put him on the spot with it, I bet Johnny's a bad liar. Linnea seems kind of crafty, so I feel like if we put him on the spot with like a good question, I feel like he would either start smiling or just like kind of crack under the pressure.
Yeah, and Linnea's been emotionally battered in this game, so I think she's willing to do anything at this point. So she may lie. She may go with the boys. Who's to know?
She just wants to win. I don't think it's at all about gender for her.
I think she's in the boys for sure.
No, it's not about gender. It's about players who've been bullied and mistreated, miscast, and outcast. And also, it's called Go Big or Go Home. So we made an alliance in the first 30 seconds.
The big plays.
Yeah, you actually made it just by saying names. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it takes agreement to make that alliance. So
yeah,
boom, here we are.
Go us.
It's like the whole first hour of the last two seasons is like, hey, Adam, so what are you thinking? Andrew, what do you want to do? Oh, so what's the name you want? No one says anything.
Yeah, way to go for taking initiative.
Go for the throw.
At least do something. Do something. I mean, in 30 years of Survivor, there's not one prescribed way to win. So at least do something, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Worst thing you do.
We're playing for $0, aren't we? Go for it.
No, we're going for money.
I'm pretty sure Hannah won $0 last week.
When I said, Trevor, is it is the money going to be given in gift cards or cash? He said it'll be paid quarterly.
That's nice.
What color is that mug?
I think our plan will work out ideally. I think we'll fit right in there. Whoa.
What color is it?
It's like a tealish.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pastel green. Yeah, the viewers are.
Hey, Trev.
Hey.
Are you and Nicole in different rooms?
Pardon?
Are you and Nicole in different rooms in the house?
I'm in a different house. We'll worry about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, wow. That's
All
crazy.
right. Welcome, everybody here. So we had an intense vote. We talked a lot about the boys, and it was 6-4 to Nancy. And as Nancy was leaving, she shouted out, Linnea! So Linnea, the assumption is that she thinks that you voted for her. What would you say to that? Is that what happened, or?
I can't say what I did, but my track record doesn't speak a clean game. I mean, I think I've made it very clear that I can be swayed, you know? I was pretty clear about that in the first room. I was pretty clear about that in the second room here. I'm here for the game that's going to keep me safe, and you know, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to link up with the people who have similar interests, and that interest being we want top 5.
Right. Right.
Wow.
And so Jonathan, you were the other one who was being swayed. Were you swayed? Are you now with the boys?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
All right.
No,
So
you're lying.
So there you have it. So if it's the boys, then that only Mickey and Nicole would have to be worried about it. Mickey, you have immunity. Mickey, you have immunity. So Nicole, how are you feeling heading into this vote?
I don't feel great, to be honest. I feel like I got pushed into this position. Like, if the Guy Alliance is for real, then obviously there's no other choice than to vote me out, which is really unfortunate. I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is, like, once the guys get down to, like, just them, like, there's got to be a few that will be on the bottom. I feel like I know who they would be, because there's some guys in this group that have existing relationships that might be stronger, or there's just more of them that know each other. So, I mean, if there's, like, I don't know if you want to play to get, like, 5th place, or if, you know, sometimes it's good to take out someone early who has a relationship. That was the issue in the past 2 seasons. There's clearly, like, a pair, people that knew each other, they weren't taken out early. And that's what happens. But I understand the safety of being with a big alliance, but
So
I don't know, and now might be the time.
So who are you referring to? Who are you referring to in this?
I mean, my gut tells me that Adam and Andrew would be on the bottom, Andrew Roberts, of the Guy Alliance. I'm just going with the Anvil Island connection here with the other guys. I know that some of them have been to Anvil as well, but I'm just
6 years.
I don't know. And Andrew and John have played other games together. They know each other a long time. I could see them going with each other to the end. But it's hard because I feel similar to Linnea, where I want to play with anybody who wants to play with me at this point. I already felt like that going in. Like, I wasn't like against the guys or anything like that. There's a few of you I'd love to play with. And so I'm not sticking to the smaller alliance that I'm in, to be honest, because I don't really have a choice.
So Adam, you were one of the names. Nicole thinks that, hey, you're on the bottom. She's saying, what good is being top 7 if you come in 7th? How do you feel about that?
That's a great question, Trevor. And, you know, I think that history has shown that things happen and you don't always know how it's going to turn out. So here I am, you know, I'm loyal to the boys. You know, Linnea is boy by election, but, you know, I'm boy by birth. So we'll see, you know, what happens in the end.
So Andrew Roberts, are you the similar thing? Like, it's all about loyalty, or do you feel like, I mean, at a certain point, who cares about loyalty? It's about winning, as you said already.
Yo, you can't, team can't win if it's divided. So we're going to take this as far as it can go. And I'm here to make big moves. I'm not here to, like, if I'm get voted out first, then that's the way it is. But I'm here to win, and I'm with the boys to the very end.
Yo, A-Robs and A-Snack, don't believe that. Don't believe, like, that's just all talk.
So
It's all-
Paul, you say Adam and Andrew aren't on the bottom. You say they're with you. They're at the top.
I don't think we've made any decisions about who's on the bottom. I think we can have conversations about what we would speculate, but there's no reason to believe that those two would be my first two that I'd want to go out with, or that I'd want to vote out if our alliance pulls through and we vote everyone else out there. I haven't even thought about that. There's no way.
Well, I mean, I think that's how we have to look at it, and that's the idea. Is we talk about loyalty, you talk about Andrew Roberts said it's about a team getting to the end. There's no teams in this game. It's an individual game. John, you've talked about this. You know it's about an individual game, but you feel like Nicole is just trying to throw things at the wall, just hope for the best, or does she have a point?
You're talking to me, John?
Yeah, to you, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I have a lot of respect for Nicole as a person and obviously as a player in this game. And I think, she's trying to drive a wedge, which is a smart, it's a smart thing to do. It's kind of like the last, one of the last things you might turn to if you feel like you're on the block, which, she may very well be. And so, yeah, I mean, I completely agree with Paul. Like, we had our initial breakout room was Andrew C, Andrew R, Adam, and Paul. And we did discuss that, but we didn't discuss what would happen once it just became the core boys. So I don't think, as far as like saying, when there's 9 people here, to say, oh, well, just so you know, 2 of you are on the bottom. With all due respect to Nicole, she has no idea what she's talking about.
All right, and let's go to Mickey. Mickey, you as well, you are on the outs with Nicole, but you have immunity. How are you feeling into this? Did you come up with a plan in your group, or did they just sort of stonewall you? Did they give you a name of who to vote for and all that?
Well, we had some discussions. However, I think I know where I stand when it comes to the list. So unfortunately, I'm just sort of looking to see where I can squeeze myself in at the moment. But right now, I'm feeling okay because at least I'm not going to go this time. But yeah, just seeing the personalities come out is a good thing. Seeing who might be a little bit weaker, and I can kick them out and wedge myself in.
Right. So you're looking for a place to squeeze into the alliance, find your way in. Andrew, you were the one that sort of made this first move to get the alliance rolling. How are you feeling heading into this vote?
Everything's going to happen just like you said.
Nice.
All right. So I think with that, it's time to vote. I'm going to mute everybody, and you can send in your... Alrighty. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alrighty. I'll read the votes. First vote, Andrew. Second vote, Linnea. That's 1 vote, Andrew, 1 vote, Linnea. Third vote, Paul. 1 vote, Paul, 1 vote, Linnea, 1 vote, Andrew C. Fourth vote, Nicole. That's 1 vote, Nicole, 1 vote, Paul, 1 vote, Linnea, 1 vote, Andrew. Next vote, Nicole. That's 2 votes, Nicole. Nicole. That's 3 votes, Nicole. Second person voted out of live travel. Nicole, I'm sorry. The tribe has spoken. I'm going to mute everybody else. I'll unmute you, Nicole, or you can unmute yourself. Oh, you left already. She's gone. I'm gonna have to call her. She's left too early. I'm gonna have to call her. We'll see.
Trouble in paradise.
Yeah, she's not happy. Okay, we'll stay muted. I'm gonna call her. You're here on the line, Nicole. Nicole, you have to award individual immunity to somebody. Oh, sorry. Do I have to? Yes, you have to award individual immunity to somebody.
Okay, I will give it to Johnny Hers.
To Johnny Hers. Okay, thank you. All right, Jonathan Hers has been awarded individual immunity. Great. As we head into the final 8, Jonathan Hers, you are safe. You cannot vote for Jonathan. We are going to go into 2 groups of 4. You will have about 5 minutes to discuss.
I think I survived.
Linnea, are you out of the 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linnea, what happened? Did you vote? Like, who did you vote for round 1?
Round 1, I voted for John, but I shouldn't have. So I took credit for the vote for Nancy, but I genuinely wanted to vote for Nancy.
Johnny said he also voted for John. So who voted
No,
Nancy?
he said he voted for Nancy. He was very adamant he voted for Nancy, and he did.
Oh, sorry. I'm going so back and forth. Sorry. This is on the live stream. I'm going to look like an idiot. John did vote for Nancy. You voted John. Linnea is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a really high chance that Paul, you and I are in a room with people who voted for us.
Yeah. Very I
think Mickey voted for you because you're a sexist pig or something.
I'm not a sexist pig. I'm not.
I did not.
Okay.
No.
And then Linnea, I respect Linnea. She's been emotionally abused twice in this game, and she's here to play.
I'm here to play.
And if she wants to leave the boys, that's fair. I respect it.
When you
she will get a shark tooth in the eye.
When you spoke up, Andrew, you just picked Linnea because you felt bad that she got voted out. So
I'm playing a redemption game. Boys have been bullied. Linnea's been bullied. That's the 7. That's what I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For justice.
Right. I see. I understand.
How do you know I haven't been bullied?
That's a great point, actually.
Don't
answer that here. This is supposed to be a fun night. We'll talk.
Yeah, Travis, let's talk about this.
Okay. So
yeah, I guess,
what do you think? Who do you think the other groups are voting for?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know.
Do you think? You don't know what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I think Linnea, you're making it tough now.
I'm making it tough. Were you gonna vote for me? What do you mean?
Because you haven't told us you're with us, so.
Oh no! I think it's pretty clear who I'm with.
Really? You're with the other?
Am I on? No. Like, my old team there is no team. Johnny's on your side. He voted Nancy.
No. Yeah, but I don't even know if Johnny's on our side, and I feel like if he is, he would.
No, Johnny's playing to win. He's for sure on your side.
Is good because Andrew is dangerous.
Andrew Chong.
And Paul. Yeah, Andrew Chong's dangerous. Paul's dangerous. So I don't know. I feel like, of course, we knock out Mickey, but like, I think I don't know. Like, these are the underdogs. I mean, John, I don't know how much you're an underdog, but like.
Oh, that's okay.
I feel like we need to do some work in terms of like.
Right.
Of getting ready for top 7.
Johnny, there were 4 different names called in the last round, and you're saying that you voted for Nicole?
No.
Oh.
Who did you vote for last round?
I was about to vote for Andrew Chong, but then I switched to Paul because that was I didn't know what to do. I was confused, and our original girl group was going to vote for Paul, so I was like, maybe I'll huck a couple to Paul, but our group was just chaos.
You seem a little slimy right now, Johnny. Not gonna lie.
Why?
I don't know. You're flip flopping between groups. You're
no.
Off the core members.
I'm loyal to the top 7, but I just know that we got to start working now, or else like what's gonna happen?
So
like we have to start. What?
There's 8 left, right?
Yeah. Well, Mickey's clearly dead. Mickey's dead, so that's great. But we have to start. I think now is the time because they can't actually talk about the future because Mickey's dead.
Yeah. You're saying we pick top 4 now because there's a majority here.
Exactly.
We have 30 seconds to decide. Is this going to be the top 4?
Yes.
We could do that.
Of course.
John, did you guys talk in your first group about who got the idol?
Yeah, Linnea has it.
Okay.
So
interesting.
So I say quickly, we need to do, I say get rid of Andrew Chong.
Okay.
Andrew's dangerous for sure. So I don't mind that.
Don't go yet.
So we've got a minute. So we'll go for Mickey, and then Andrew doesn't and won't have. Wait, that's not true.
Does he have immunity?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, then we got to go for Paul.
Yeah, we could do that.
Paul double-crossed me in Mafia when I was in grade 9, so I'm all for that.
I think Paul is our only chance of, as if we're wanting to do this 4, and we want to vote together 2 rounds from now. Paul's the only person that doesn't have immunity in that side.
So we do Paul, then Andrew,
Mickey, and then Paul,
and then Andrew.
Yeah, Mickey, Paul, Andrew. Because the thing is, I can get any of those people to believe me.
Yeah.
Andrew, Paul, I can get any of them on my side.
We back.
Alrighty. So we're heading into the 3rd vote. Everyone who survives this vote makes it into the jury phase, which means you're into the long run, where you get to vote on the winner. We can also have a bathroom break at some point too. I like to put that in there. But we talked about this. It was down to, it looked like Mickey and Nicole were on the outs. Now, Mickey, you're just left. Are you feeling like you're out, or did you have a good conversation? Were people willing to work with you in your time?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm that great at the social game. If this was Survivor, I would just be like fighting people, physically. So I tried to get on Amazing Race Canada, and I didn't because I just kept on saying on the video that I would physically hurt people. So, I don't know if they've seen that. They haven't seen my aggressive side.
Right. So Paul, what was your guys' group conversation like?
We were just talking, and we kind of were trying to figure out a little bit more information about what Linnea and Johnny are really like, and if they're really loyal to any alliance at all, or if they're just flakes. That was kind of the conversation that we had.
Right. So Linnea, what would you say to that? You were in that group too? Are you loyal to that, or are you a flake, as Paul would say?
In first round, I mentioned that I am loyal to Andrew because he mentioned he would try and get me into the 7. And by default, if Andrew's in the boys, guess I'm one of the boys.
Right, and we're running out there. We're running out of time. Jonathan, as well, it's about showing loyalty to that thing. Are you worried that you are just, going to a certain point and then you're going to be out after that?
I'm actually so shocked that Paul is so skeptical of me. Like Trevor, there's some deep history here in this room, and I'm shocked that like I haven't shown my loyalty throughout the years. I don't know. I'm shocked because I'm a loyal friend. I'm a loyal contestant. Like I play it by the books. I'm like, I'm in it to the end.
Right. Right. Now you say you're in it to the end, and Adam, again, you brought this up to there. It's now time to make plans for the future. Like, what's next? Maybe. I mean, Mickey sees the outs. It could be an easy vote, but what's next after that? Have you been figuring out that? Have you started strategizing that way? Adam.
Talking to me.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeff. So the last group for us, we had similar themes. We were kind of questioning the integrity of Jonathan Hurd. We were trying to trace back who voted for Nancy and who voted for. There was only one swing vote, but there's two members of the boys as we've gotten to know them, in that group. So we're trying to trace that down and see where loyalties lie. Again, we're working round by round, but it's cloudy out there.
Right, but Andrew Roberts, I mean, does it really matter previous rounds? I mean, it's about moving forward, finding people you can move with. What isn't that more important at this point?
I think the most important thing is looking at people's individual character and trying to see who the slime balls are that are going to flip flop at the first sign of danger, and who's going to stay strong for at least the next round.
Right. Now, John Cullen, is there a fear, though? I mean, you maybe come up with a plan with year 4, you come up with a plan of what's going to happen, and whether that's going something new or sticking to an original plan. Are you worried that, there's another whole group of four going on? You have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe they're coming up with some master plan themselves. How do you balance those two things when you had an original group, but now you've been into different new groups?
Well, Trevor, first of all, I would just like to say that I think it was a little bit weird that Mickey threatened people with physical violence before this vote. I just want to make it clear that I don't condone the use of physical violence, even within this sort of online sort of fun game we're playing. I would also like to point out that I believe Adam forgot my name. Didn't realize that it was me that was part of the vote in the first round. So just for clarification, Adam, my name is John C. I think it's, it was fun for me to be in that breakout group because, I know John Hers. I've known him for quite a long time, but I actually haven't seen him in like a decade. So it's just nice to see his face and hear his beautiful dulcet voice once again. And I don't know Adam and Andrew. So it was kind of, it was like a little bit fortuitous to be put in that group just to kind of get to know those boys a little bit better. I think, obviously there's been a lot of talk about previous relationships, and I know Linnea, Paul, and Andrew quite well. So it was, I think, getting put in that breakout group. I didn't think too much about what was going on in the other group. It was just a good chance for me to kind of get to know the guys that I don't know very well that are a part of this game. And I think it was a productive meeting.
Right. And so Andrew C, you hear, there's another meeting going on. Is it just a simple vote this time and we'll figure it out next time? Or do you think people are planning for ahead, or maybe they should be I've already planned ahead and have a move ready and go? You gotta unmute yourself.
So I got some dogs barking on the island. I would say probably. The game's so complicated, it hurts my brain. I'm trying to drink late night caffeine teas to keep going. But I just reflect on that beautiful Survivor song, when they come back from commercial, that goes, which means the 7 will rise. And that's what has to happen here. We must have redemption. You're going to at least get a chance to play in 7. None of this 10 stuff. Let's give a chance to win, all of us.
So Mickey, I mean, it just seems that you're screwed at this point. Is that the case?
Who knows? Maybe somebody's getting annoyed with Andrew at this point. You never know.
I wasn't until he tried to sing Survivor song a cappella, and then it changed things.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that was the best choice for you, Andrew.
No, you're still getting.
Well, I'm not sure. Like we slapped Nancy with an isosceles triangle, and we stuffed a Hello Kitty down Nicole's throat, and now we stab Mickey with a hockey skate.
All right, and with that, it's time to vote. Please send your votes in. Alrighty. I'll bring everyone back. And I will read the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol, you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Trevor,
Yes?
you know, when you meet a woman for the first time and you tell her you're going to stab her in the face, tensions rise. And I know someone on that side has something. I'm not going to risk it being Mickey. So I like to play this.
You're playing
Hidden immunity idol.
for yourself?
I like to play it for myself.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew does, in fact, have a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Andrew will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Andrew does not count. Second vote. Mickey. 1 vote, Mickey. Mickey. That's 2 votes, Mickey. Mickey. That's 3 votes, Mickey. Third person voted out of live tribal. Mickey the tribe has spoken. Thank you for playing, Mickey. I'm going to mute everybody and keep bringing you back here. Mickey, who would you like to give individual immunity to for next round?
You know what? I'm sorry for threatening to stab you. I'm going to give it to Andrew.
Okay, Andrew C.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mickey.
Because
Thank you
I
so much
voted
for
for you
thank you
many
so much for
times.
playing. I appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you. All
Bye.
right. Bye, Mickey. All right, everyone, we've made it to the final 7, which means we're into the jury. Everyone is made jury at this point. We can do a quick, maybe 2-minute bathroom break. Does that work for people? Quick 2-minute bathroom break. I will pause the recording and we'll be back. Please note. All righty, so we're here in the final 7. You've all made it to jury. Congratulations on that. In this round, we're going to head into 3 rooms. 2 will have just 2 people. 1 will have 3. You have 5 minutes to strategize.
In the room of 3.
Is it good to be in the room of 3?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not.
I genuinely don't know.
No, you're not. This is easy.
What?
Paul, join me and John.
How do I know you and John are people to join?
We were on the team last time.
Yeah, we were on the breakout team.
Yeah, but does that have any significance? Clearly, the first 2 the second 2. Sorry, breakout room number 2 and breakout room number 3 had no significance. Clearly.
What do you mean?
Well, because we just voted what we wanted.
Yeah, that didn't matter. But I wasn't in the place to make any alliances there. But this is good. Join me and John. We had a plan. Our next person was going to be Andrew Chong, but now that he's immunity, we move on to Linnea.
So you think vote out Linnea just because she's for what purpose?
That's the person that was on the list. We're trying to get it.
Yeah.
We're trying to get ahead on it, and Linnea and Andrew are like together. Top 7. I mean,
Johnny,
it's the top 7.
Who had immunity from your group, from your first group?
They didn't say.
Do you have immunity? Like, do you have the idol?
No, I don't have it. So it was somebody else. But this is easy. Paul, just join us.
Well, I don't know. What does John Cullen feel about that?
Well, we had the group before. Like, what did you guys talk about in your group with Mickey? Because that must have been weird because you guys knew she was getting voted out.
Yeah, that was a clear choice.
Why did Andrew use his idol? That was so weird.
I think Andrew wanted the guaranteed, I want to make it to the jury.
The jury.
I think he feared that Mickey had the idol, obviously, or that had a hidden idol.
I don't know. I guess if you're a strong player, that's like a risk you have to take coming into this, and playing your heart out, you might get got right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think if there's categories, somebody from each category kind of gets picked away gradually. So.
Well, it was all women this time, so
there's
no
women
categories there.
But in the end, like I think the louder people will be easier to turn against each other, unless they're in a room together right now.
If they're in a room together right now, like, it was fun playing with you, Adam. Like, we're done.
Yeah. See you on the other island.
Okay, are we gonna? So whatever room we're in next time, who are we going for?
So yeah, so we've got 2. Our plan takes us through. How many are left right now? 7. It'll get us into 6, and then top 5.
Yeah.
And then if that group of 4 that we were with stays that group of 4, then that naturally gets out Linnea, right?
I don't see it going that. I really don't trust either John, to be honest.
I think it's. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that, and then if it doesn't happen, I think our best chances of working is still just staying with that. And then if John flips, he flips.
We're both safe because I wouldn't let my person vote for you, and you probably wouldn't do the same for me. So now it's risky because there's 4 people unaccounted for. So
Yeah, well, hopefully some, I don't know, some organic tension builds between others.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I went on a 2-hour bike ride yesterday and spent most of the time thinking about what I'm going to say in the first 30 seconds with no plan for the follow-up.
Same. So I'm going to vote for Johnny this round.
Yeah, Johnny got to go.
Johnny got to go. After this round,
I'll say it in the tribe too. I'll say it.
Okay. And if he gets out this round, who do we want to go for next round? If we're not in the same tribe. I feel like we said we would keep Paul safe, so we can't vote for Paul. So I think in that respect, maybe we go for the other Andrew, just out of name aggression.
Andrew Robb?
Yeah. Or Johnny, or
3 in that room together?
Yeah.
Okay, no strategizing, no strategizing.
Oh.
That is completely cheating. That is cheating. I can banish you from the game for that.
Host Trevor, I would like you to know that I didn't say anything once we got to the room.
Trevor, I wanted to vote.
You awarded the win right now.
I wanted to vote you out, Trevor. Can we vote you if we put your name down?
Yeah, I just assume the role of host.
Yeah, thank you.
Trevor gets voted out, and then I move. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to win. I just move into hosting. So Andrew and Adam, were you 2 together, and then Linnea and Andrew were together?
We'll get into it right now. All right.
Okay.
Welcome to the next tribal. You've all made to jury here. And so, Andrew, last round, you played an idol. You now no longer have that safety, but you have the individual immunity for this round. How are you feeling heading into this round? You obviously were a little nervous last time, and now you're heading safe into this round.
Well, yeah, it's Survivor, go big, go home. Not Survivor, boring first 2 seasons. So someone here's going to do something good, and I respect it. Like, I'm sitting here with the Fijian background and a headband, so I'm a target. Everyone's a damn target.
Right. Now, we talk about everyone being a target. Well, it's been pretty clear who the first 3 have been. And so, Linnea, are you worried that maybe you're next?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we're going for the trend of what the boys set out to do in the first round, but then again, I feel like I have proven, or maybe not proven to some of you, but I've declared that I am on board, and I want to be a part of the team. I told Andrew that I'm aligned with him. I lent out that hand to Paul. I said, Paul, hey, join us. And anyone else who wants to get on this team,
right,
join us. We're going for Johnny.
You're going for Johnny. So
Johnny Hurst.
How are you feeling? You're hearing that. You were the other one on the outside. You've sort of tried to wheel your way into this top 5 here. But how are you feeling with that? What's going on there?
Thanks, Trevor, for asking. I feel extremely confident. Like, I've never been so confident that this next couple rounds, I'm good. So, like, I feel like we made a plan the last round, not this current one, but the one before. And it's a flawless plan, and I'm executing it flawlessly. And so as long as that squad stays loyal, I'm so confident.
So you're talking about that squad from the previous round. There was 4 people, right? Who was in that 4, Johnny?
Who was in that, Johnny?
Well, Adam, Andrew R., John, and me.
So Adam,
Now we
Andrew.
got, and now we got Paul, but that original plan is flawless.
Right. So there's a flawless plan, and Paul, you've been thrown on. You're now fifth in this potential group of 4. How are you feeling heading into this vote?
I feel pretty confident that what's been talked about throughout the course of this game is going to continue to be executed. My question to you, Trevor, would be if someone who's been voted out this far had an idol, are you going to give out a third idol technically to another person?
Those are things that happen, and who knows if people find them or not. I do not know. I do not know. John Cullen, you apparently in Johnny Her's group of 4. Is that the 4 that you see? Is that how you see it?
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, and I it's tough because obviously there's a lot of, there's a lot of things going on in this game, and it's tough to decide who to go with. I think my initial breakout room was a strong room. I also think that that little breakout group of 4 was a good group too. So it's really tough. But I think getting to know Adam and Andrew was, we had a pretty solid breakout room, and I'm just interested. There's idols out there, and I think that's kind of affecting sort of maybe some of the plans that both groups I've kind of been a part of wanted to execute. So I'm interested to see what happens in this vote here.
Right. I want to go back to Andrew C here. So in Jonathan's group of 4, that's now 5 with Paul. That would leave you and Linnea on the out. How does that make you feel?
Johnny's gone.
Not a chance. I have a way stronger team than you.
All right.
Andrew, why did you play your idol? Why did you do that?
Well, because someone over there's got something. And I know Mickey, I just told her 10 seconds earlier I was going to stab her in the face with a hockey skate. So just making sure. And she did vote for me.
I just wanted to know, can I ask Linnea, in your initial group, did you guys disclose who had the idol in your group?
No.
So Andrew, you were just worried that Mickey would flip the idol and you'd be the odd man out, and you didn't want to not make it to the jury.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened. I think Mickey voted for me, and then I would have been out. Would have been on Jury Island.
Right, if Mickey had the idol, you mean. Yeah.
I'm just trying to live up to my brothers here, okay? I don't know what I'm doing, but in that moment, I think I figured that out.
We'll bring it back in here. So Adam, you're potentially in. Well, it's interesting because you're in Johnny's group, but you were also in the original 5. Do you feel like you have multiple allegiances here, or do you have a plan and you're sticking to it?
Yeah, Jeff, it's interesting because that group of 4 was mentioned and it was brought up, and I think that was at a time when we were a group of 4 and the other group had only 3. And we were pretty confident that one of them was going to be out. And so we were working together. And this last set, there was 3 and 2 and 2. And so it's hard to think of something else coming of that unless it happens right here in this big group. I don't foresee anything larger than 4 coming together.
Right. And Andrew Roberts, how are you feeling into this vote? Do you feel like you know which group you're going with, what your plan is?
I have an idea, Trevor, but I can't say that I feel confident in the glue that holds that team together.
So Jonathan, let's go to you, Johnny Hers. Andrew is not feeling confident. How does that make you feel heading into this?
That's quite shocking, actually. But I guess it goes in line. Andrew Roberts has been slightly skeptical of me, and I'm just shocked because I've been executing this plan, and I think this glue is top-notch stuff. And Andrew, when you rewatch this season, you're gonna understand how top-notch this glue is.
All right, Johnny, I believe you.
Like, it's good glue, is what you're saying, Johnny. Like, you spent some money.
That's expensive.
All right. Well, then with that, it is time to vote. Please send in your votes to me. Alrighty. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alrighty, I will read the votes. First vote, Linnea. It's 1 vote, Linnea. Second vote, Jonathan. 1 vote, Linnea, 1 vote, Jonathan. Third vote, Jonathan. That's 2 votes, Jonathan, 1 vote, Linnea. Fourth vote, Paul. That's 2 votes, Jonathan, 1 vote, Linnea, 1 vote, Paul. Next vote, Paul. That's 2 votes, Paul, 2 votes, Jonathan, 1 vote, Linnea. Next vote, Paul. That's 3 votes, Paul, 2 votes, Jonathan, 1 vote, Linnea, 1 vote left. Fourth person vote out loud on the first member of my jury. Paul, I'm sorry. The tribe has spoken. Paul, who would you like to give individual immunity to?
I'm giving it to A-Robs, Andrew Roberts.
To Andrew Roberts. Okay, Andrew Roberts is safe this round. Paul, please mute your video and close your video, but don't exit the Zoom call. You'll be back to give a vote in the final thing. So just mute and do it. Alrighty, and we are into the final 6 here. The game really moves a lot faster at this point here, so we're doing good. So we're going to break into 2 rooms of 3 for about 4 minutes each or so, and we'll go from there.
Linnea's on the chopping block. I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you to kill her, but we got numbers, and you're dead if you don't.
Interesting. Well, yeah, like Linnea told me she has an idol.
Yeah. So how do we make her not do it? We really have to make her not fear at all. Because me, Andrew Roberts, and Adam and John Cullen are all in it. Sorry, Paul, I love you, but we're good. Linnea is next, and somehow I don't know how we convince her not to. Is this the last round to play immunity?
Well, we got 6 left. She can do it 2 more times.
Okay, hopefully she just doesn't do it. I don't know, like.
Is that worth wasting a whole vote on, or?
Yeah, that could be devastating for us then. But I mean, the only person that we have to be afraid of on that side is Linnea.
Who's it, Adam and John?
Johnny, you're saying it's her and me.
Yeah, it's her, you, and Linnea was on the chopping block.
Uh-oh. She's got immunity.
But if she doesn't play it, then we're good.
Oh, man, so I got like 50-50 here. Let's suppose.
You know, you're fine. It's Linnea that, it's like, it could be any other. It's like whoever Linnea votes for. So it could be, honestly, any 3 of us.
And so you think that they'll go for Andrew Chong?
I do, because at this point, unless there's something predating that, then I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna
crack. And what are you guys feeling like? Are you gonna go for Andrew, or are you gonna go for Johnny?
I guess that's what we have to decide.
Yeah, that's what we have to decide. I think it's hard because if Adam and I vote for Andrew, then we're guaranteed Final Four.
Yeah.
So that's very tempting.
I get it. I really do understand.
So, but at the same time, yeah, like I think if anyone is left trying to manipulate people right now, it's John Hers.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't know. Like, I don't know if John is in the other group right now flip-flopping, or if he's in the other group being like, I don't know who we're voting for or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So should we all stick with our original votes and then next round see where it goes, or I feel like
Well,
we're
are
writing on the wall for me, but I want John out.
Is it 3 versus 2 next round? It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, if we vote out Andrew, then it's 4 versus 1 next round.
So if you vote out Andrew and then vote out Johnny next round, just throwing that out there as an option if we disperse.
Right.
Yeah.
In our smaller group though, how will it be divided? 3 and 2? Are we all together, or how does that work?
I don't know. I think it might be 3 and 2.
Yeah, it would have to be. You can't do 2, 2, and 1, so it would have to be 3 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, you guys are fun to play with. So, should we do Andrew this round?
Oh no.
Alrighty, so here we are in the final 6. Johnny Hers, Jonathan, you talked about last group, you were confident in your group and you had a plan. Was that the plan that you were confident in, blindsiding Paul, and are you confident in the next plan?
Yeah, I'm 100% confident. I'm sorry, Linnea. Linnea's on the chopping block. And our team was
I got to mute Andrew, it's okay.
Our team of 4 was completely 100 grade glue, and that team is staying. And I'm sorry, Linnea, you were the next one. Your name was next. So
Linnea, how does that make you feel here?
Just like a fish out of water, man.
Funny.
So but now we're talking about that. If it's not you, Linnea, it could be you, Andrew. I mean, is this just a smoke screen to get you out?
No, it's Johnny.
You feel confident that it's Johnny Hers to go?
Yeah, like when I've been on 75 Zoom chats during quarantine. I look into the eyes of these players. I know what's next. It's Johnny.
So
Johnny.
You've been out of focus. I can't hear you.
What? Johnny's gonna have to go spend time with the female race back at the chalet.
No. Andrew, again, you're making a big mistake, Andrew. I have a way stronger team than you. My team knocked out Paul like it was a piece of cake, and his name is next, and if you don't join us, you're dead. So, like, yeah, okay. But Andrew, we didn't come up with a name after Linnea, so you are good. You just you could try next round and then go from there.
Keep talking.
So, John Cullen, you see Andrew and Johnny Hers, they're going at it. They're trying to go at it like 2 battering rams. You're just sitting on the side laughing. Are you feeling great? This is great. They're just going at it. I'm sitting.
I think from the beginning of the game, those are 2 guys that have at various points of the game tried to take control of the game, and and I respect that. I think that there has to be guys that want to do that throughout the course of the game, that want to kind of try and take the game by the horns. Yeah, I think it's been a fun ride so far. I voted with both of them. I voted on both of their sides, and so it's just been fun to watch the 2 of them and their different leadership styles, and we'll see what happens here.
Right, and Adam, where do you fall in on this? Do you feel like you are sticking with this 4? Do you believe in this 4, or is there the original group going on, or where do you stand?
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, how many are we? We were 6 here left, so we've surpassed our original goal of the 7 boys. And at this point, I think it's anyone's game. But I will say there's some certain players that ought to be watched out for, specifically John Hers.
All right, so wow, so we're calling out Johnny there. Johnny Hers, how does that make you feel here?
Well, I'm confident that Adam might be lying because he had to, but I'm confident in that group, and like we're gonna get there. And Adam's got to lie, so like I mean, it makes sense. Like he's got to follow through with what he talked about in that last group. But like if he wants to make it, we're gonna get to the next round through following our plan.
Yeah, but Andrew Roberts, there may be a plan, but do you have a plan to get to 2? Do you have that plan to get to 2 there? Do you see the numbers fall the right way?
Honestly, Trevor, I'm just playing with this one by ear. There's a lot of shady talk going on right now, and I'm having a tough time seeing through it.
All right. Well, I mean, this seems pretty interesting. We'll see which group holds up here. I'm gonna mute everybody, and it's now the time to vote. Alrighty. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I'll play it.
All right, Linnea, who are you playing it for?
For Andrew. Chong.
Linnea does in fact have a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Andrew Chong will not count. First vote. Andrew does not count. Andrew does not count. Andrew does not count.
No.
Andrew does not count. There are still no votes for anybody. Jonathan. 5th person voted out of live travel. No! Jonathan, the tribe has spoken. I'm going to mute everybody. Johnny, thank you for playing. Johnny, who would you like to give individual immunity to?
I played hard. I played wild. I played to win, and I got sideswiped in a way that I don't know how that happened. How? Maybe, I don't know. There was some sort of mischief involved. Okay, so I give it. Okay, who do I give it to? Oh, I was gonna win that.
You played well.
I give it to Linnea for the win. You betrayed me, but that's okay.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna get you to mute and close your video, but don't leave the chat. Mute and close your video, so don't leave the chat. All righty, we are in the final 5. Linnea is safe this round, so you cannot vote for Linnea. We're gonna do everybody in the same room here together, and I'll give you just a few minutes to discuss and chat, and then I'll come back, and we will not have a tribal council. We will just go straight into the vote.
Okay.
Well, I'll be honest. I completely forgot that you could give your idol to someone.
I totally did it, and he said it, and I was like, "Oh, this would be juicy," so I did it.
Oh yeah, I was the one who told you to do it. I gave you the strategy you used.
Did you actually? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'll go final 3. I'll go final 3 with Linnea and John, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Let's go have a walk for 2 minutes, and we'll be back. A quick bathroom break.
Oh my god.
Good. Who are we voting for first, Andrew or Adam?
What's alphabetically first?
Adam. Well, if we're going by first name and last name, actually, Adam is first.
Actually, I think I'd prefer like tell me who wants to stay in. Like what strategically, because you guys will be on the tribal council. So let's talk shop here.
Well, here's the thing. We're, regardless of what happens, we're involved in picking the winner. And so if it's going to be you three, I'd like to go to top 4, and I think I can, jump in with the heaviest hitter who's got the best offer. So, I mean,
what's your relationship like with the rest of the tribal council?
The people that are out already?
Yeah. No. That was Adam. That was fine. We'll vote Andrew.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's vote. Trevor, we want to vote.
Shoot.
Oh my gosh.
Are we voting? We're voting for Andrew? Is that what's happening? Okay, got
Andrew
it.
Roberts, yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you didn't mean Andrew Chong?
Yeah.
I just saved his butt, so I just couldn't.
Oh, that was such a good play at the end there. Like, wow.
It was probably like, I mean, I'm hoping that eventually tribal council gets a highlight reel and that moment goes in it because it felt right.
No, it's a good final 3 because I think John was probably a big part of orchestrating the coup against his former, lifelong hockey line mate, and best friend Andrew, and then Linnea, who I've known since she was 12. She made a huge move, saved my ass, so it showed a little bit of weakness for me there. So I'll let the final 3 duke it out, eh?
Yeah.
There's also the point where people usually say, like, next round, like, let's just get somebody strong and bring a weakling with us. So that could happen, but let's just go final 3 because when I lie my head on my pillow at night and think about Live Tribal Season 3, to be at the end with Linnea and John, that's a sweet dream. And it's a lucid dream now.
Good use of the word lucid, I have to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alrighty, it is now time to vote. Please send in your votes to me. Alrighty. If anybody has a hidden immunity addo and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alrighty, I'll read the votes. First vote, Andrew C. Second vote, Andrew R. 1 vote each. Next vote, Andrew R. 6-person voter out of Live Tribal. Andrew Roberts. Andrew, I'm sorry. The tribe has spoken. Andrew, who would you like to give individual immunity to for this next round?
Trevor, it's a tough one. Kind of got stabbed by Andrew Chong, but I kind of want to see him go to the end at the same time. But I think I'll have to fight for that. I'm going to give it to Adam because they're planning on voting him out next time anyway.
All right, thank you. Can you please mute and close your video, but don't leave the chat, and you'll be back shortly. Alrighty, final 4, same thing. You'll have a few minutes to discuss. Adam is safe this round. You cannot vote for Adam. take it away.
Yeah.
Well, that's tricky now.
That's tricky.
I wish I could phone Jordan and ask for help.
Yeah.
Can I phone Jordan?
You can phone Jordan, but he doesn't know the fact that I just saved you in such a huge
phone
move.
Jordan, come on.
That's true. Linnea is kind of the hero in this one. And so is Andrew Roberts for me. That's a personal thing, but.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that was nice.
Hey, well, okay. Oh,
Adam, Adam, I've never not been in an alliance with you from the beginning of the game. So I'm, if you want to stay together, I'm fine with that. I think the two of us can ride to the end. It would be an unexpected final two, and I think people would probably give you the votes if we were the final two, to be honest. But what are you thinking? I mean, you're kind of in a power position right now, not being able to be voted for. So
Yeah.
what
was that?
Well, I was just guessing that, like, I know that there could potentially be a hidden immunity idol in play, but both Linnea and Andrew C had starting immunity idols. So I'm guessing that Trevor wouldn't have given them a second one. And if he did, then this is a very poorly organized game.
Idols expire at 5. Idols expire at 5.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there's no idols. So you just said idols, but when there is 5, it works. Okay, that's why I got confused. Anyway, sorry, Adam, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so obviously, we got to throw our weight behind one person. Like I said, I admire Linnea's loyalty to Andrew. John, we've worked well together thus far. And so, Andrew, you've been bold and a great player. And I think just by process of elimination, I got to go with you. Also, I see through you literally. The option behind you, so.
Well, I'll just say, when I was in that small group with Johnny, he told me it was me or Linnea next. And I said, no, it's not, it's you. And I'm going to say it's you, to your face, and then in the tribe. So
Me?
No, Johnny. I told Johnny to his face,
Yeah.
he's next, and I'm going to say it in the tribe. And that's who I voted for. I'm playing a straightforward game. And in the first 30 seconds, I mentioned the boys. We're down to the boys. And Adam's in the power position. So I should probably keep saying something because I've been naming every tribe I've been in. So,
Well, here's a second strategy. We can do the Adam can pick whoever is going out here, or if Andrew and I vote for someone and John and Adam vote for someone, then if there's a tie, then it's a random draw. If you want to risk it.
You know what? I want to go John and Adam, final 3. So I'll vote Linnea this round.
I'm going to vote Andrew this round, I guess. So I'll leave that decision in your capable hands.
Yeah, I think she's played 3 times. She made it well past the 2, and she can swim off with the sharks at peace.
I could be the comeback
She's not gonna win the $0 prize, but she'll have that peace of mind at least that she was a 4th loser.
Adam, are we sticking with Andrew?
Yeah, here's the thing. So, while Andrew's over there enjoying coconuts on Jersey Shore Island, Linnea's swimming with the sharks. She's been with the sharks the whole game. And so I'd say that I'm going to have to go with Andrew on this one.
Okay.
So, Linnea, that's up to you if you want to throw it to random or if you want to, put all of our weight behind Andrew. It's up to you.
Well, damn, guys. I mean, I think Linnea is going to have a great case in the end that I was about to go and she saved me. So I would be a weaker choice. This is classic Survivor talk. I'm just telling you like it is. Yeah, I mean, I was gone, and she saved me at a clutch time in the game. So that's a power move, and she will say that in her testimony if she makes it through. So I'll say John and Adam, and every single round of this game, I've said the name and stuck to the name. So those are my names.
You're voting for Linnea.
You're voting for Linnea.
Voting for Linnea.
Okay.
So let's vote.
Alrighty, it is time to vote. Please enter your votes. If there happens to be a 2-2 tie, the two people tied would be put in a random draw together. Alrighty, I will read the votes. First vote, Linnea. Next vote, Andrew. It's one vote Andrew, one vote Linnea. Third vote, Andrew. One vote left. Seventh person vote out of live travel. Andrew, I'm sorry. The tribe has spoken. Andrew, I'm going to get you to please tell me who you want to give individual immunity to.
I will give it to. Should I go with my head, my heart, or my gut, or my soul? It's a really tough choice. I think I got a lot of respect for Adam putting the dagger in, and John's a snake in the grass, so I'll go Linnea.
All right, please mute and turn off your video for now. You'll be back in a few seconds. So Linnea, you've been given final immunity, so you are into the final two. It's now just up to you of who you're going to take. I'm going to give John and Adam each one chance to convince you why they should be the one taken to the final two with you, and then you will cast the deciding vote to who to eliminate. And we're going to start with Adam.
Well, Linnea, here we are in the top three. I think if you look, just comparing John and I for your final competition, I think that John has the stronger relationship with the people in the jury. A lot of you guys know each other from Anvil, similar backgrounds. I definitely don't have that relationship. If you're thinking of who would be an easier vote, I think you'd have an easier chance against me, just in terms of knowing people. Also, I stuck to my word, and I stuck behind you in the getting Andrew out, because I did admire your move. And so I think that if you chose me to go with the final two with you, I'd be happy to be in the final two and see you emerge from among the Sharks.
All right, thank you, Adam. Let's hear from John.
Well, I think it's I have a lot of respect for Adam. I just met him tonight, but he seems like a great guy, and I look forward, when this quarantine is over, to enjoying a beverage with him. But I think that any time a guy's plea to bring you to the final two with him is, hey, you're going to beat me, is pretty weak and not in the spirit of the game. I think I know you, Linnea, and I know that you are super into this game. You and I have texted about it, not during this game, but we texted about a week ago, and I was asking you if this was fun to do and if I should do it, and we talked about it. And I know this game means a lot to you. It's your third time in the game. I think that to take someone to the final two because he thinks that you will definitely beat him in the final two, to me, that's a weak reason. As Andrew said, I've been a bit of a snake in the grass. When we were in our breakout group of four with John Hers, Andrew Roberts, and Adam, I really didn't like the talk from John Hers. I thought that he came across as very slick. He was really putting on a sales job, and I didn't want him to be in the game any longer. And so I planted the idea of the immunity idol in your head because I knew that you had it. I asked you, but I already knew because John told me 2 breakout groups ago. So I already knew that you had it, and I was kind of planting the idea in your head, hoping that you would protect Andrew and John would get voted out. I stayed voting for Andrew because I wanted to keep the super glue group together in case you decided not to use your idol on Andrew's choice, and then that would have brought me to the final four. But I think throughout the game, I've shown that I've played the game strong. It's maybe not what people are expecting. The people in this group who know me, they may have expected me to take a bit more of a lead dog role in this game. But having one big brother at Trevor's birthday 2 years ago, which was previously alluded to by Nicole, I knew that I would have a target on my back. And my only way to get this far in the game was to just silently follow alliances. And so I think you would have respect for the way that I played the game, and you would want the vote to be a little bit more true and bring the best player with you to the final two. And I don't believe that that's Adam.
All righty. Thank you, John. Linnea, it is now up to you to make the decision of who you would like to eliminate here and be the final member of the jury.
Man, I wish I had a coin I could flip. But that wouldn't be true to your speeches. Okay, so I'm just wary if I vote out Adam, will he side with John? Or if I vote out John, will you side with, trying to pay attention to the alliances here within the tribe. I'm voting out. So hard. Because you've won Big Brother before, I'm going to vote you out.
Who are you voting out?
John Cullen.
All right, John Cullen.
He knows what it's like to be a winner.
Okay, John, you're the final member of a jury. Thank you. I'm going to invite the entire jury to come back. I'm going to bring the mics back of Adam and Linnea. I'm going to invite the rest of the jury to come back. Hopefully they are still around. And what we will do is each jury member will get a chance to ask one question to Linnea and Adam. And please direct your question. It's up to you. You can make a question, make a comment, or you don't have to do anything. And please, just when you're asking a question, just say who you want to answer first, whether it be Linnea or Adam. And I'm going to start with Paul. Paul, you get to ask the first question.
So I personally think Linnea played a better game than Adam, but my question is, how did I get voted out? I had no idea that was going to happen, and I was quite shocked by it. And if you give me a reason, my next question is, did you vote for me to be voted out?
No, I was in a room with Andrew for that game, I think, and we had both been pretty confident that we wanted to vote out Jonathan Hers for that round. So I did vote for Jonathan Hers that round.
So you didn't vote me?
No.
Adam?
Do I get to answer that question too?
Yes.
I did vote for you because what happened, so there was a group of John, Jonathan, Andrew, myself, and we had established, you guys were a group before, but we already had a feeling that Mickey was gone. And so as a group of four, we thought we could overpower you pretty easily. So I believe I was the one to suggest that Andrew had immunity that round, or it was given to him, I think. So it was obvious. And so it seemed you were the next one, to which would leave Andrew open the following round. So in terms of making a plan and sticking to a plan, that was the course that I followed, and that's what happened in the end.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Paul. Let's go to Jonathan.
Linnea.
Jonathan.
So obviously I am leaning heavily against letting Adam win because he wasn't part of the coup. So why should I vote for you? I feel like it's obvious that I vote for Adam. Adam was playing against the stream. He was nodding, like it was Adam and Andrew Roberts against like the three that were friends. And I feel like he's fighting the upstream battle. Why should I vote for you, Linnea?
I feel like I've played really well this round. I feel like I've stayed true to myself. Like I haven't tried to backstab anybody. I feel really terrible about voting John out, mind you. But at the same time, the only reason I went for you that round was just because in round 1, I know that you voted against maybe what we had all decided we were going to do. And so that was sort of the reason, like someone had to go, and it was you because of that mostly. I think you should keep me in just because I've been kicked out the last couple games. Not that that should really matter this round, but also just because John Collins is asleep and he's not going to vote for me. So.
All right. Do you have a question for Adam?
For the win.
Adam, actually, no. Adam, why should I vote for you?
Thank you for asking, Johnny. I appreciate what you said about swimming upstream. I feel like that's what I've been doing definitely here in these latter rounds, is swimming upstream and trying to work with people that are already friends, but also while being against them. And so I feel like I've been trying to toe a line for a few rounds here, at least several rounds. So
Wait, can I add to my question or no?
yeah,
quickly.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, Linnea does seem like she played like a better game the entire game. So like, but then like, why? I know you came out strong in the end, but like, I feel like she's played a better game the entire time.
Yeah, I think definitely in the beginning, Linnea as well as I had just gender on our side. She's not like literally a boy, but she was grafted into the boys as well. So that carried us through the first few rounds together. I would say that, we kind of went through the first few rounds in similar security. And then it started to break down and get dicey, or it started to be more strategic when we had the group of 4, we had to make a plan. And I was with you and I stuck with you. And in the end, you are out and I am still in. And so there's that. However, we made the plan and that's what we worked through. So I feel like we had a similar beginning, Linnea and I, and she had a reputation from previous seasons.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Andrew Rabbits.
All right. I guess my question for Linnea is, even though you may have played a better game than Adam, is there anything else that's putting you above him at this moment? Do you think you deserve to win, or do you think it's pretty 50-50 split right now?
I think what's difficult is we kind of have similar parallels in going through this game. Like, I kind of feel like we were both on opposite spectrums. I was pretty much not in a room with Adam until the very end of this whole thing. So there was never really any time to even consider strategizing together. And so, I was lucky that I had some friendships going into this game, which luckily bolstered me. And luckily Adam, I think, also had some similar bolsters. So what puts me above him? I think it's really your experience through the game. Again, I'd like to say that I made some really strategic calls that were smart, that got me to this point. But I think it's really probably mostly the fact that like Adam's probably like 5 feet tall and I'm at least 5'6". So, literally I'm above him.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
All right, Adam.
Adam, you're great.
Could you restate the question, Andrew? Is that applied to me as well?
Huh?
Was there anything else for Adam, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Adam's.
Okay, let's go to Andrew.
Well, the top 3 in my heart was me, Paul, and John Cullen. No one ever said that, but I looked in their eyes and I knew it was us 3. Adam, what did you do to make that not happen?
I think I saw that as well. You guys were pretty strong players. I was fortunate to be, like I said, grafted into a alliance with all 3 of you. Pretty much everybody that's here, we were kind of grafted in together, but seeing that you guys were stronger players, I think the goal was to be loyal, but also not to give too much away. So I don't think I betrayed any alliances with any of you, but I did work with one thing when we started to get separate. I worked with the stronger people of that alliance, and so I worked with John, when we were the group before, and that was a helpful move. And then, after that, you and I and Paul were never really together in terms of working together. So I made those decisions, and fortunately also swimming upstream, Andrew and I, in the end there, I think your decision to go against Andrew and I, or to bring in Linnea and John to the final three, helped me, because Andrew and I both went, I don't think we're going to make it any farther. And then Andrew threw his weight behind me when he got out, which allowed me to stay through and put me on top.
Thank you. And Linnea, the name of this season is Go Big or Go Home. And I went home. Did you go big enough?
I think I went big. I mean, honestly, it cut me to write your name in that chat box. It really did. And I felt like you would be proud of me if you were in my position. You would have done the same thing. You would have been like, you know what, go big. If the roles were reversed, I would have supported you through that. I would have been like, you know what, I'm going into this tribal and I'm going to make sure that you come out on top. So yeah, I'm sorry it went that way, but truly, if it was the other way around, I would have wanted you to do the same thing.
Alrighty.
That's really nice, and I hate you.
All right. And finally, let's go to John here for one last question here.
Okay. So, Linnea, your reason for voting me out at the end of the game was that I had already won Big Brother, a game that you were not a part of. So I was curious if you would like to take another opportunity to explain why you voted me out over Adam, because right now, in my opinion, pardon my language, that is a bullshit reason to choose Adam over me.
It is.
Winners are winners.
Fair.
Doesn't matter if they've won before. So I'm giving you an opportunity to give me a better reason why you voted me out instead of Adam.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so as I mentioned before, like, I think Adam and I are sort of on opposite sides of this whole game. Like, again, we haven't worked it together at all. And so I thought just it kind of added for a more neutral end. I think from the start, there was some tensions with you. There was some kind of interesting things throughout the game, interesting alliances, and it just felt a little bit more neutral, like I was on even playing ground with Adam, whereas I feel like with you, it's riskier because there's some past friendships with Paul and Andrew and Jonathan. And so for me, it seemed a little bit safer to just kind of have like an equal. You were a threat, to be honest.
Okay, and Adam, if Linnea and I were the final two, if she had chosen you instead of myself, who would you have voted for and why?
John, I think in the end, I would have gone for you, because from the very beginning, we were working side by side. I think we kind of had I felt an unspoken understanding, which was work together and also don't trust the other one too much. I never trusted you a ton because I knew that you were strategic and very, very smart. And so I wanted to keep you at a friendly distance, but also that we could work together. And it worked out for both of us till basically till the very end, until I guess it was top three, where it was you and I, and we were both in the same position. We gave Linnea two different options. I said, hey, I think if you go against me, it'll be easier for you. You said, listen, I know that you want somebody that is a respectable player and a respectable match. And she went for the easier option. And so I would vote for you in the end, just because I think that we really worked together to the end. Like Linnea had said before, we were on opposite ends of the spectrum the whole time. I admired the way that she stuck her neck out for Andrew, but you and I were kind of parallel or side by side for most of it. So.
All right, thank you. I'm going to give Adam and Linnea each 30 seconds to make one final plea, and then we're going to do the vote for who you want to win. So Linnea, you start.
Okay. Yeah. Again, we've talked a lot about being on opposite sides of the spectrum. I mean, realistically, I think we both played a really great game, and I really kind of hope that we just leverage past alliances here. Like, if you really thought that we deserve to win. Hopefully you pick who you think deserves to win the most. And again, like, sorry, John Cullen, I really truly didn't vote you out only because of that whole thing. It was a strategic thing, truly, because I knew that you guys were in an alliance together. So I was just trying to keep myself as safe as possible in my parameters of ability.
All right, thank you, Linnea. Adam.
Yeah, so the theme of this season is go big or go home, as we've heard before. And you know, I say that from the very beginning there was a boys club, and within that club, you know, Linnea was part of it. I guess metaphorically, and if we're talking go big or go home, I'm gonna appeal to the boys club. If it works, you know, go big. If it doesn't work, I'm going home. I guess we both get to go home either way because the season's over. So I think I played a good game. I think I swam upstream. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it in the hands of the boys.
All right, thank you. I'm going to get everyone to now cast your vote for who you want to win. You're voting for who you want to win. There'll be 5 votes. Alrighty, let's bring everyone back here. I want to thank everybody for a fun season. Appreciate you guys all playing here. I think it was a lot of fun. And who knows if we'll do what we'll do, if we'll do another or not. We'll see what happens from here, but I appreciate it. Now let's find out who wins season 3. There are 5 votes. It'll take 3 votes to win. You want to see your name. First vote, Linnea. Second vote, Adam. 1 vote Linnea, 1 vote Adam. Third vote, Linnea. 2 votes Linnea, 1 vote Adam. Fourth vote, Adam.
Wow.
2 votes Adam,
Wow.
2 votes Linnea, 1 vote left. The winner of Live Travel Season 3. Congratulations, Adam.
Wow.
It's such a good
done.
game.
Well done. You did a great job.
Dang.
Thank you,
Respect, bro.
That was a really good game.
Well done. Great job,
Game,
everybody.
Linnea.
Thank you.
I love the Sharks. I think it's appropriate.
Well done,
Adam,
Adam.
respect.
Congratulations.